What's going down, y'all? It's your boy Ray G, one half of the Wake Up Crew, here to talk some WNBA prop bets over on PrizePicks for this Friday, July the 15th, 2022 WNBA slate. We got two games on the docket tonight. We have Minnesota coming off of a back-to-back versus Indiana, as well as Connecticut getting their first action in off of the All-Star break versus the Atlanta Dream, who will be without rookie star Ryan Howard, who will not be playing tonight. Two games on tonight. We got some good players, some good matchups, and some really good unders. So some feedback I got yesterday that I really appreciate was, one, Ray, can you get the videos out a little bit sooner? I'm trying. I promise you it is not my goal to get those things out 5 minutes before the first game kicks off. It's work, it's kids, it's crazy stuff, but hopefully getting it out multiple hours before the WNBA starts tonight will be beneficial. So hopefully that helps you. And I had a lady reach out asking to show, normally I show 60% probability plays and higher for the overs. She asked to see the low plays for some unders, and there are actually some really good unders that we should be targeting tonight. So we've got the data, all that good stuff. Now, transparency, we were on a hot run. Over there in the Discord, we were on a hot run, 25-15 in the month of July. And last night, I got cute with the plays. I picked some Tierra McCowan up. I was doing some other things. And the three-point plays that we talked about, I told you there are certain players, 3 and below, auto overs. Diana Taurasi, Kelsey Plum. I know Sabrina Ionescu didn't do us well the other day, but you see that at 3 and below, it's a smash. Sophie Cunningham, smash. And that's just what it is. Those, Arike Ogunbowale, hit. Skylar Diggins-Smith, 1.5 threes, hit. Sophie Cunningham, pushed. Like, you just see those numbers. Diana Taurasi was a cash. But, you know, Ariel Powers, 9 minutes in the first half yesterday, absolutely wrecked us. She came up 3 points shy of her points and rebounds prop, and I'm not scared of it. I think I may go right back to Ariel Powers tonight. But for the month of July, after a brutal night last night, we are now 26-20 through the month of July with the WNBA two-pick power play props. We are up 29.5 units on the month. So still very good month, very good month. We're very excited. The model, the data from my sparring, but we got to jump back into the data, jump into some plays. Now I have a couple of unders that I am 100% targeting and playing tonight. So let's get into it right after the intro. All right, normally we start with the lineups, but I'm telling you, everybody's in. Nina Coffey's back for Atlanta. The only major player who was out is Ryan Howard for the Atlanta Dream, and I believe Christy Wallace will take her place in the starting lineup. So probably a heavy dose of Tiffany Hayes. There are some unders from that matchup, that game that I want to target. But here goes what the model likes for 60% plays and higher, 60 and higher. So we've got some Alyssa Thomas in there. There's Sylvia coming off of that back-to-back. Ariel Powers right back in the model, and points and rebounds, we have her projected higher. You look at what she's done over her last 5 games. She's averaging 21 points over her last 5. And let's see if the line on PrizePicks has moved at all on Ariel Powers. Let's look at Powers. Nope, still 14.5 points on PrizePicks for Ariel Powers. So listen, I know she let us down a little bit last night, but I may be right back to the points and rebounds. And let me just see where they have her points and rebounds at. It was 19.5 last night, and they actually moved it up to 20. They actually bumped it up. This one, she would have cruised over this. So I still like Ariel Powers, Queen Egbo in there with her points, rebounds, and assists at 14.5. Natisha Heidemann, I like her 3-point prop. I don't believe the rebound is on here, but we got to put it in the model to get everything. Kayla McBride's dimes, do not believe that is on PrizePicks either. But there goes Natisha again, 13.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is what the model likes. So not a ton of high confidence plays on that 60% probability and over. But let's go to PrizePicks, because I do want to talk about some 3-point props and some players that I'm targeting. We'll maybe targeting tonight from the 3-point category. So let's go to 3-pointers. Rachel Banham, over 1.5 3-pointers. I love it. She's averaging 3.8 over her last 5 games. And what's most important to me when I'm looking at these is trying to figure out how many shots she's getting up. So I could go to my Spari. All of the player averages are here, but sometimes it's just easier to go to props.cash, right? So let's just go to Rachel Banham and look at what she's done over her last, 5, 10, however many games, and see how many three-point attempts she's getting up. She hit a couple of YOLOs last night in the fourth quarter, scoring 16 in the fourth, which is insane. So she's getting up about 6.5 three-point attempts per game versus Indy right at 5. So you need her to go hit 2 of those. I don't mind it at all. I actually really like Rachel Banham's three-point prop quite a bit, averaging damn near 4 over the last 5, hit 4 last night, 6. Probably going to make my core plays. Kelsey Mitchell, I don't know why it keeps going back to Ari Mcdonald, but Kelsey Mitchell's threes as well is another play that I like. You see 2.5. I mean, she's gone over this in 4 of her last 5 games. She's been absolute money in this department. And the model, you look at how many three-point shots she's getting up per game. This is what I like to look at. Three-point attempts per game. Data brought to you by Spari. There goes Kelsey Mitchell right at the top of the WNBA, getting up about, for the season, averaging right around 6 three-point attempts per game. And let's just look at what she's done over her last 5 games. She's getting up, there it is, versus Minnesota, 8 over the last 5, getting up about 6 three-point attempts, 7, 7, 6, 3, and 7. I need her to hit 3 of those bad boys in order to cash. I like it. I like that three-point prop for Kelsey Mitchell. We're going to talk Ari Mcdonald in a few seconds, but back to the model, back to the data. Let's see, how do we want to attack some of these teams? So let's pull up old Spari. Let's make sure I'm not in the way, and let's go to opponent averages. This is like my favorite freaking sheet that they provide. The data here is just incredible to see sort of what these players are doing on average. So let's blow that up just a tad bit so everybody can see. Here we go. And let's look at if we want to, let's go to guards and see how we want to attack some of these teams. Let's filter by largest to smallest. Minnesota's still at the top, giving up points to guards. Kelsey Mitchell, who does Minnesota play? Who do they play? Minnesota versus Indiana. Kelsey Mitchell should go off. They give up the most points in the WNBA to guards. So whether you like Kelsey Mitchell's her points or her points, her par, her three-pointers, Kelsey Mitchell should do work versus Minnesota. They give up the most points, rebounds per game, right there kind of in the middle of the road to guards, and then assist at the top of the WNBA of giving up assists to guards. So Kelsey Mitchell, her points, rebounds, and assist prop at 26.5. You can rock with that. If you just want to go points and assists, you can do that. The three-pointers, I mean, they give up everything. They get 6 three-pointers made to guards. That looks like it's right there at the top of the WNBA. I mean, they're just bad versus guards. So if you want to attack Minnesota in that game tonight versus Indiana, then Kelsey Mitchell is a fantastic play, and I think that would be something that you should definitely target. Her prop is only at 20.5. I know Natisha Smith is down there. I like Queen Egbo, but Ariel Powers kind of talked about her in the opening. Indiana, where are they at? Where's Indiana versus guards? They're kind of towards one of the stingier teams versus guards, but let's see how Indiana fares versus forwards, you all. So versus forwards, take a look at that. Would you look at that? Indiana versus forwards, they give up the most points per game. The forwards looks like they're tops and giving up rebounds per game. I'm right back. This is my takeaway when I see this type of data. Don't be scared off of the bad game from Ariel Powers last night. They're not good versus forwards. Sylvia Fowles, Ariel Powers should both play really well tonight. And you saw inside the model does still like Ariel Powers tonight quite a bit. There goes Sylvia Fowles down there, 8.5 rebounds, got it projected for 10. I mean, either of those players should be amazing plays tonight. So let's take this filter off because I do want to show some of the not so good plays. And I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, y'all. Erica Wheeler is just an under I'm willing to take. Now, I know Ryan Howard's not in the game tonight, and I'm going to take myself off the screen for a second. But Erica Wheeler, her points, rebounds, and assist number at 18, just too high for me. It's just she's averaging over her last 5. She's averaging 10.4, 25 minutes a game. We got her projected for 12.6 points, rebounds, and assists. It's just an underplay for me, just an under all the way around. And if we'll take a look at what Wheeler has done, and I hope I'm not on the screen. I can't see myself. But points, rebounds, and assists. Look at what she's done over her last 5 games. Like, she had a nice little stretch here in May and the beginning of the season, but 6, 8, 9 over her last 3, had 19 right here, 10, 1, 11. Versus Connecticut, she does average 23.3, but over the last 5, 10.4 over her last 10, she's averaging 13 and 13.3. I just think that number is way, way too high for Erica Wheeler tonight versus Connecticut. And let's just see how Connecticut is versus guard play. Let's just take a look. We're talking the data. Let's go largest to smallest. Connecticut, they're right there. They give it 43.2 points per game to guards. So kind of towards the top of the WNBA. Not up there with Minnesota, but it's definitely not down there with as stingy as Chicago and even Indiana, quite stingy versus guards. There you see Atlanta giving up 43 to guards. Let's just look at the forwards real quick and how they fare versus these two teams. Atlanta, one of the best teams versus forwards in the WNBA, and Connecticut is the best team versus forwards in the WNBA. So when we're looking at some of those plays, right, when you're talking about two of the best teams versus forwards, Jonquel Jones, Nina Coffey, it's probably going to be a tough matchup down low for the bigs. But Erica Wheeler is somebody, and this is no shade to Wheeler, but she just has not been getting it done. This number was at 18.5, and it dropped down to 18, and we may see even it get a little bit lower, but she's averaging 10.4 over her last 10. That's an underplay that I like. Ari Mcdonald, this is the one that has shocked me more than any of the props that I've seen. PrizePicks has her assist total at 4 assists, and she's not even sniffing that. She's averaging 2 over her last 5. The minutes haven't been there, and I know Howard's out, so she's going to get more minutes, but we got her projected for 1.9, and this is what's crazy. So let's just dive into Ari Mcdonald's assist numbers over the last 30. Let's see what she's done in the assist category over her last 30. She's only gone over this 4.5 number. Like, she's got to hit 4.5, right, to actually go over. 5 of her last 30 games. 5 of her last 30 games. She's gone over, like, her prop of 4.5. She's pushed a couple of more, 5 out of 25. But, man, this just seems like an under of all unders if you're going to take one. And you see our betting model just is not in love with Ari Mcdonald tonight. Like, everything is just under. Like, the points, the rebounds, the assists. And I get it. You're playing with a little bit of, Ryan Howard isn't in. But this is one where I'm just trusting the data. That assist number on PrizePicks, since they want to keep throwing it up, I think I feel very comfortable with going under that 4 assist prop for McDonald tonight. If anything, you would think she may be more aggressive on the offensive end without Ryan Howard. But sort of there's the data for some of the uglier plays, for some of the unders. Erica Wheeler and Ari Mcdonald are two props that I'm definitely going to probably rock with some unders for the games tonight. So hopefully the video helps, some of the data, talking through some of the plays, talking through some of the targeted matchups. You've got some good matchups, some teams that are very, very bad versus guards. Kelsey Mitchell should ball, like 2.5 threes, 20.5 points, 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. She should be money. She should be good. The data supports it. Minnesota terrible versus guards. I still like Ariel Powers' points and rebounds, and it's interesting she didn't hit, and PrizePicks boost the number up 0.5 point. That's pretty solid. There are a couple of 3-point plays that I like tonight. So just data diving. If you appreciate this data, just hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the content. Let me know who you're playing below in the comments. Check out the data, my Spari. This is my process. This is how I walk through the plays. I mix and match it all, and I'm also transparent with the shit that I put out there for y'all. So hopefully this data helps you out. Hopefully you enjoy your Friday. Good luck and good night. Enjoy the games tonight. And as always, if you tail, give PrizePicks hell. If we fail, don't bail. I should be back tomorrow with more WNBA plays. Make sure you sub to the newsletter. Free newsletter below. We drop some plays in the newsletter. We're going to start doing that for MLB, WNBA, and we are working on a CFL, Canadian Football League model right now. We'll probably be doing some prop bets for the CFL here coming up real soon. Appreciate you tapping in. Enjoy your weekend. Good luck tonight. Let's get that money. I'm out of this thing. Peace.